We have got an absolute banger video today. It comes from a channel called Underworld, and it's the craziest tornado videos of 2024. As always, if you like the video, like the video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.
From an EF3 tornado in Nebraska
Underworld.
that barreled through
Let's
this
go.
manufacturing plant, and an unlucky train conductor who found himself caught right in this twister's path, to a curious father in Iowa that watched his neighbor's farm
Mr. Claus.
blown apart, and a worker in China who captured some of the craziest footage we have ever seen. Here are our picks for the craziest tornado videos of 2024.
Jeez, what a way to end the year.
According to the National Weather Service, tornadoes can strike at any time of the year. That said, peak season is between March and June, when 70% of all tornadoes touch down. So, for the first storm of 2024, we'll have to...
You lot who get tornadoes suffer for 4 months of the whole year. I've made that sound like it's less. What I meant by that is you have to deal with 4 months of possible tornadoes. Yucky.
travel halfway around the world to West Java, Indonesia, where an unprecedented twister spawned on February 21st of 2024. Most of the damage centered around Sumedang, a city of 1.2 million people in West Java, where locals bravely recorded the tornado as it kicked up debris, knocked down trees, and blew out glass windows.
Look at these people just casually driving. No issues whatsoever. Mate. they're just all, they must be so used to this shit because they're just all driving like nothing's happened. I know in the grand scheme of things, that's not a particularly bad tornado, but a tornado nonetheless. If I saw that, mate, I'm sprinting.
According to reports, the tornado damaged 116 buildings and caused over 30 injuries. Upwards of 800 families were impacted in some way, but thankfully, nobody lost their lives. Most of the damage was manageable. We're talking downed power lines and broken windows, as seen in this next clip from a doctor's office in West Java.
I don't ever want to experience this, ever. Wow. Mate, and that was like small
According to
in
local
comparison.
authorities and government scientists, the February 21st tornado was the strongest on record ever to hit West Java, Indonesia. Until then, the area had only seen small storms, known locally as Angin Puting Beliung, or weak tornadoes. They planned to reconstruct and investigate the storm to be better prepared for the next time. Ideally, there isn't a next time.
Yes, 1,000,000%.
The first U.S. storms on this list come from a deadly and destructive tornado outbreak over Iowa and Nebraska. On April 26th of 2024, several long-track tornadoes damaged and destroyed.
I just realised that hurricane, was it Milton? Or whatever the last one that we had that was like a Cat 5 or 6. That's going to be on this, isn't it? Oh my God.
Destroyed hundreds of homes and businesses across the two states.
Also, don't you dare slate the attire. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. It's cold. And I'm doing a video.
One of these powerful storms touched down near Harlan, Iowa, a small city of about 5,000 people in Shelby County. According to the National Weather Service, the EF3 storm began east of McClellan and tracked a 41-mile path of destruction north toward the Shelby-Crawford County line. One local found themselves driving toward the storm as it passed over the highway.
Is that called like the funnel, is it? It's just how it, you know how wide that is. That is a joke. That was very hot.
Not wanting to lose the tornado, this storm chaser hopped in their car and followed the twister as it stayed on Highway 44. Imagine driving toward this monster, knowing it could turn on you at any second.
Yeah,
At its broadest, the Harlan storm grew to nearly 2,000 yards.
I don't know how far away they are. Here. I'm not here. Here. But this is still too close. I don't care what anyone says. That is way too close for me. Oh my God, that's like a in a bit moment.
The Harlan storm grew to nearly 2,000 yards. Winds peaked at 160 miles per hour, and it was on the ground for over 60 minutes. Businesses were destroyed, homes were gone, and lives were changed forever. A similar scene unfolded in Shelby, Iowa.
I'm going to keep up with this because
south of Harlan.
We don't know anything
stood his ground and recorded
in the UK.
As this storm nearly wiped Lancaster County, an EF3 tornado
this is normal to some of you lot.
Lincoln and Waverly.
Oh,
in its path
this is not
was
normal.
Garner Industries, a manufacturing plant on the outskirts of Lincoln. A car in the parking lot had its dash cam rolling when the twister ripped the building to shreds.
Mate. Tree gone. Oh. Can I just say, whoever designed the screws for the number plate, you need a raise. Because not even a tornado could disconnect that screw. That thing is holding on for dear life. Christ, I was going to say, how do these cars stay so still? But these ones absolutely did not. That building as well went from all its glory to single story. Haha. It's not funny.
News later spread that 70 workers were inside the factory when it collapsed.
Oh no!
By some miracle, only 3 of them sustained minor injuries and
oh my
quickly
God!
recovered at an
Bro, I just made a joke about that, thinking that no one was in it. Now I feel horrendous, even though, thankfully, everyone walked away with just sustaining minor injuries. So you can't look at me like an arsehole, okay?
nearby hospital. The same violent supercell produced
right,
dozens
I'm not making any
of
more jokes
long-track
now.
storms near the Nebraska-Iowa border,
Silly idea.
one of which grew to EF4 intensity. We believe that's the storm this train conductor and his co-worker were stuck in when it passed over the railroad southeast of Blair, Nebraska, a small city of 8,000 in Washington County. Thankfully, their engine car provided all the safety they needed. Believe this next clip comes from earlier in the same storm. Before reaching Blair,
Derailed.
this EF4 passed through Elkhorn, a small neighborhood in the Omaha metro area. Was on the ground for nearly an hour, grew to be 1,900 yards wide, and tracked a 31-mile path from the Platte River in Omaha to the Missouri River
Yeah, mate, that
northeast
is
of
just...
Blair. Like the Iowa tornadoes,
Could have been a power line, actually, couldn't it?
the day after these storms...
But it's funny, I've been thinking about... I'm looking to leave the UK at some point in the not-so-distant future. And I'm like, where shall I go? It's like, maybe the US. And then I watch videos like this and I'm like, no.
touched down in Iowa and Nebraska, a similar tornado struck on the other side of the world. Welcome to Guangzhou, China, a prefecture-level city of 18.6 million people in Guangdong province. On April 27th of 2024, an EF3 tornado spun up in a rural district outside the main city. Locals watched in horror as high-speed winds tossed around debris and caused several power boxes to explode. Most of them had never seen anything like it.
Wow. Oh my god. That is like a nightmare.
它那里还会亮，我拍不到，它那里还会亮。对呀、这我靠！
My god.
不是，那个好像是它电线被吹了。 电线是电线。
Mate, what the hell? Mate, you think that was an explosion? Oh my god.
那是龙卷风吗？这儿，快拍快拍！
拍着呢！妈，
哇
哇
龙卷风！
哇，小心，慢点，
哇！不是，把这些吹起来，哎，你都拍上了吧？
拍上了，哇！这是啥？
这就是塑料东西，哎，真的。
Aftermath footage shows how much damage a storm like this can do. Now, we're not sure what all those white things are covering the roads. They almost look like giant rolls of quadruple-ply toilet paper.
You know what's mad? I was going to say toilet paper. I didn't want to be offensive.
140 factory buildings were damaged in the area. We're guessing those white strips came from one of those. For some, this tornado couldn't have come at a worse time. It followed several days of intense rain, leading to catastrophic flash floods across southern China. In Guangdong alone, over 110,000 people had to be relocated due to flood and tornado damage.
Oh my. Wait, how many?
In Guangdong alone, over 110,000 people had to be relocated due to flood and tornado damage. Back in the United States, those in Iowa were beginning to realize they weren't out of the woods after that late tornado outbreak.
I'm starting to understand that if I do move to the US, that Iowa probably isn't the place to go. And if you live in Iowa, or know anyone that does, sorry, because they've got to put up with this shite all year round, or for a good amount of the year anyway.
Later, on May 21st of 2024, another violent storm system developed.
Look at how close to the ground this is.
9 frightening tornadoes. One of those storms touched down on the outskirts of Ankeny, Iowa, a city of 68,000 people in Polk County. According to the National Weather Service, this EF2 twister spawned around 4:30 p.m. north of Webster.
Bloody, like, this is not normal, man.
China. According to a 2015 study, the country averages less than 100 each year.
See, that looks really cool.
Less than 2,000
tiny little
people
funnel.
have lost their lives
Then when
due
it's
to one
like
of these rare Chinese storms. Sadly, 5 more were added to that tally on July 5th of 2024, when a freak tornado outbreak spawned 6 destructive storms across the...
This video lied to me. It said no serious incidents. I would say that a loss of life is a serious incident.
Coastal province of Shandong. Remember that this region of China only sees about 1.5 tornadoes each year. Few people were prepared when half a dozen touched down on the same day.
Oh? Just building their click fingers, building not there. Is that what we're talking about, right? Oh. Christ, mate. Look, these people down here, they've got fucking no clue what to do. Absolutely zero. Oh my god, mate. If you're looking at the center of it, it looks like there's like 2 separate ones. I don't know that for sure, but it looks massive. Oh my. It's just devastating, isn't it? Like, one minute you could have a place to live, next minute
According
Absolutely
to
not.
limited reports, the outbreak damaged nearly 3,000 homes, knocked down 48 power lines, and destroyed roughly 10,000 acres of crops. We believe the storm in this video struck near Dongming, the westernmost county in Shandong, home to about 748,000 people. Due to China's tight grip on the media, information about these events is limited. It's unclear if the locals had adequate warning or if these structures were built to withstand tornadoes.
Well, they're only supposed to get 1.5 a year, and then they got 6 in the same day. Like, what are we talking about here?
On October 9th of 2024, Hurricane Milton picked up where Hurricane Helene left off. It smashed into the Tampa Bay area as a Category 3 storm, bringing powerful winds and between 10 and 15 inches of rain. Unfortunately, the hurricane wasn't the only cyclone those in Florida had to worry about. According to the National Weather Service, Milton spawned 19 confirmed tornadoes between Florida's west and east coast. One of those storms touched down in Palm Beach Gardens, a city of 59,000 about 77 miles north of Miami. Damage reports confirmed that it was an EF3.
Countries that don't usually get tornadoes are getting 6 in the same day. And then, does this, like, am I being crazy here? Or does this just not seem normal? Why all of a sudden, within the same year, are we seeing, like, I use the term catastrophic, but I know pretty much every tornado can be catastrophic, but these are like real bad tornadoes all in the same year. Am I right to be asking questions?
3 with estimated wind speeds of 140 miles per hour. A local man was filming the storm as it approached his neighbor's house. When things got hairy, he ducked inside, thinking his sliding glass would protect him. Let's see if it holds up.
Well, just from what you said, I'm guaranteeing it probably doesn't. This was a great recommendation and a really good channel, by the way. Underworld. Fair play. Yeah, sorry, buddy. I don't think that's going to do anything. Mate, look at that. From what I remember, watching some footage of this, like on the news and stuff, this, you know, like the palm trees just blowing one way. That did not change. That was consistently how they were all day because the wind did not stop blowing. That's so scary. I'd get back, mate. I'd get back if I was you.
Our cameraman and his wife thought that they were safe since their home wasn't in Hurricane Milton's direct path.
Doesn't matter,
Once
mate.
the EF3 dissipated, they walked outside to inspect the carnage.
Doesn't matter.
Trees were
The
down,
debris.
power poles had splintered, and people's cars were upside down. Many people don't know that hurricanes have a habit of spawning tornadoes. They'll typically occur within the tropical storm system's rain bands. They'll also be far from the eye, so just because you aren't in the hurricane's path doesn't mean that you're not in danger. Damage assessments as of October 25th confirmed that over 200 structures sustained some level of damage. Of them,
Wow.
48 sustained major damage and 12 were destroyed. If you enjoyed
Jesus
this video
Christ.
and want to see another just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now.
Mate,
As always, thanks for watching.
2024 has
and
been
we'll see you in the next
crazy.
one.
Underworld. What the hell? What a video. Guys, if you enjoyed that video, please do me a favor, like the video, and then subscribe. And I don't know, send this video to a friend. Why not? Because it would help. But have a lovely rest of your day. And I've got a new video coming for New Year's. It was a recommendation from Jesse, and it's a really good idea. So we're going to do that for the end of year. Keep an eye out. And like I said, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.